To some developing news, and I've just received some information ahead of the government's Defence Surface Fleet review to be released tomorrow. This is an exact quote from the Deputy Prime Minister's foreword to the public document. There's a classified version and a public document, and this is part of the Deputy Prime Minister's foreword. It says, "This will see Navy equipped with a major surface combatant fleet twice as large as planned when we came to government, and with more of these new surface combatants in the water and operational sooner." Joining me now for immediate analysis is Director of Strategic Analysis Australia, Michael Shoebridge. Michael, great to see you as always. What do you make of that reference to a fleet twice as large as what had been planned?
Well, Kieran, I'm very sceptical. I'm cautious about seeing the detail because we've had so much vaporware about defence under the last couple of governments. When will ships turn up? When will contracts be entered for these new ships? It sounds to me like we're still talking about hypothetical things happening 10 years from now.
When you see the Surface Fleet review out tomorrow and this commitment to have a surface combatant fleet twice as large as planned originally when Labor came to government, what do you want to see to reassure you that the dollars are there and that the timeline is there to get these ships in the water?
Well, Kieran, you're right. I want to see that there's new money going into the defence budget starting this May budget over the rest of this decade. And I want to see an implementation plan that has a contract for these ships being signed within a year. If we leave this implementation of this new plan to the way Defence has done business for decades, there won't be a contract for these new ships signed for 6 years. So the real test is, what's the timeline for delivery, and is there new money going into Defence to pay for this?
And when the Deputy Prime Minister is talking about the fleet twice as large, does that mean there are more smaller Corvette-style ships as opposed to the previous style frigates? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like there'll be a new upgunned version of the Anzac. That's good if it's equipped with actual missiles, because the Hunter frigates that are still in the plan are the most undergunned major warship of that size on the planet.
Yeah, well, that needs to change. The other key thing that you, I guess, want to see, a lot of others have been talking about it, is that we can actually crew that fleet that the Deputy Prime Minister is going to announce tomorrow.
Well, yes, but that's
It's a personnel issue.
Well, there need to be a crews for the vessels, and the crews need to be smaller than the 180-person crews that the Navy's struggling to put on their ships now. But if the ships aren't turning up until sometime in the 2030s, who's going to join the Navy now to look after ageing Anzacs that look like they're going to be tied up?
And do you think, when you look at the geopolitical uncertainty in the region, that we will get the answers that we need on the time frame that we need? Because obviously you talk out in the early 2030s, that's well past what many would suggest is the danger zone for the region.
Well, that's why I'm saying the real test for this review is, when do these first ships turn up? And if that answer begins with 2030 something, this is a failed review.
And so, time frame and dollars, is there anything else that you need to be reassured about tomorrow? The Hunter class, as you referred to, not the missile capability that is needed in the modern warfare, you'd argue?
Well, the magic of small vessels has been talked about, but if you're going to have a decent missile number in them, the vessel has to be big enough to hold it.
Michael Shoebridge from Strategic Analysis Australia, it's great to see you as always. Thanks so much.